Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave here, and I think it's Saturday. I don't know. Uh, all right. So something a little bit different than the others, and I promise there's going to be gunpla on the way. I promise. I promise. I promise. Anyway, yeah. So I'm kind of in a good mood. Um, Plus I had some chick tell me my fingers were sexy. I think she wants to use me. Um, So today we have from Hasagawa. This is actually the one of the old school Macross Zero VF-0A slash S, and this is a 2002 kit. Like I said, classic, but it's a goodie. Um, so you have the artwork on the front. Now there's actually only one real cool pose that I like. Well, I guess two with this one. There's another one, and I'll be doing a review on it probably for tomorrow, and then I have some attachment stuff for them. This is a 1/72 scale. You can see kind of the layout and stuff. This thing has so many butt details on here. Like, seriously, this is a pin wash, well, nightmare. On the other side, some details from some clips from the anime, some shots, I should say. It has been forever, and I actually think I am going to watch it again. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it, and it was a good series. I really liked it. Okay, to start off with, and let me rotate this a little bit. I'm having to be careful because the manual is like super large, so I can get it in the shot. And I'm doing this first instead of last because it's so big and I don't want anything to happen to it, so I can keep it safe. This is actually all your water slide decals for the kit. There are a lot that are either doubled or different colors that you can end up using for the 301 or the 321. You can do the tan or the black. You can use whatever ones that you have. You're going to have plenty left over by the time you're done. So that's actually really cool. The manual, don't expect any high-tech color here. Like I said, this is old school. Well, I can't say old school. Old school would be like the 90s. Like, I grew up doing some of the Macross kits, like the snap kits, that they were only like this big, and like they were so small, but they were still like kind of cool. Okay, so you've got the front on here. This is actually from the Macross Zero series. So, and let's get into. So we have the runner layout. There's not a lot of runners, but there are plenty of details. This is kind of a fold-out thing, so hopefully you guys can end up seeing it all. So just to give you an idea of how all the parts end up going together and everything. And then if we flip over, okay, so you have your basic arms, legs, blah 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 blah. Then you get the beginning of the nightmare, which is where all of the decals, all of the detailing, and you can see from the pictures on here, well, maybe you can't. Let's zoom you in closer. I guess that's as close as it's going to zoom in. But there are a ton of like little rivets, panel lines, things like that. I'm sure whoever designed this was like, what the hell do you mean you want all these, you know? So, because I believe this came out of like one of the old school metal molds, so they actually had to sit there and like they do with coins and stuff. At least I think that's how they did for the Macross kits, if I remember correctly. They were actually metal molds, and you know, you had a mold maker, and they kind of designed it. And I think this was before like CNC machines. I'm not for sure on there, but all right. So, and all this part is nothing but where your decals go. That's it. So yeah, that's a, if you like putting on decals, this kit's for you. Okay, so getting into the parts. Now this is going to be a little funky for some of you that have never messed with any of these, because Hasagawa does their kits a little bit differently, and that being focusing that. Well, I'll show you here in a second. The runners, you may have one runner, but there may be like this section, this is A, and then this section would be like B or something like that, instead of there being a completely separate runner, which logically makes sense if you're trying to save money, and you're having to do all this work. So here you have some of the pieces on here, and see if I can get this to focus. This is more of a cream color than it is anything else. But yeah, you can see all the lines, the details. There are a lot on here. Okay, so that is runner A. Runner, I'm going to do it this way. Runner B, and this is what I'm talking about. Runner B is some other point. Here is a neck joint. You've got, I think this is for landing gear, but I'm not for sure. Some other things on here. Then runner C is up here. So you've got more pieces, and this is in white. Then moving on, runner D is right here, which is no, it's not a duplicate. Yeah, so you got runner D, more of these pieces here. Runner E, which is right here. You've got the wings, and we're gonna, so you guys can see on there, like I said, a lot of freaking detail in these. Let's see here. So yeah, that's D and E. Let's see here. This is all F. A ton. Hopefully you guys can catch that, and it's not getting too much glare on there. But yeah, it's sickening. It really is. But it looks so cool when you're done. I mean, if you take the time and everything. Okay, so that is runner F. And let's see, what do we got here? Well, I'm just going to do, okay, so on J, you have the gun here. And let's see here. This is in a darker gray. No, I take that back. It's like in a medium gray. You've got the hands, which are the what would be considered now to be well, not the 3.0, but the fingers can be separated. They're on ball joints. They're right there. They can be fully separated. There's just a little piece of plastic holding the fingers together. And then you've got the palms right here. Gun barrel there. And this is K, so the JK. Lots of, you know, little pinholes, things like that for details on there. Let's see. And this is continued of K. And let's see what else we got here. And L. So I was trying to see what all we had for duplicates on here. There is some scuffing on here, and that's just from the packaging. And another way that they save money was, instead of doing everything in little separate baggies like Bandai does, all of these were actually packaged in one big cellophane package. You get two M runners. They are identical, and these look, I think they're probably hip joints. That's what they look like. And then in, you have your clear pieces on here. Not a whole lot, but there's enough to get by. and if someone were brave enough nowadays to light it up, that would be awesome. You get one runner of PC joints, and that's about it. So for it not having a ton of pieces, they are sizable. I think this comes out to be about 10, maybe 11 inches tall when it's in bot and not plain form. So it is a really cool kit. If you can pick one up, you know, I would suggest it if you have the experience to do it, because there are a ton of seam lines. I do have to admit that. But the quality and detail, you're not really going to get too much better. I do still have the Bandai one to review, and that will be coming up probably my next video, and then the accessory kits for these. So I hope you guys are all having a great day. I will talk to you all later. Give a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Stick around. I have more good stuff coming along with some build videos. I will talk to you all later. Peace out.